is up, guys? OddEYES Lumia here, and I just gotta tell you, we are getting so close to that 500 sub giveaway that I upped the ante a bit. So not only will you receive those Pulsemon sleeves, chance at the Agumon Gabumon sleeves, chance at the Machinedramon Machine Supremacy sleeves. I got my hands on this beautiful stack right here in the giveaway as well. That means instead of 3 winners, we will have 4 winners. So once again, guys, share my videos, get my name out there. I appreciate everyone who watches my channel and supports my content and enjoys my content. These sleeves are sick. 500 sub giveaway. Tell your friends, share, subscribe.
What is up, guys? OddEYES Lumia here today, and I have a sweet deck feature for your viewing pleasure. So we're going over my Blue Ancient Bond deck list that I played on the feature match last Friday. It is currently 4 in the morning, so I'm trying to get this out to you guys today so you guys can view it. So we're going to go ahead and go over our babies first. So we run 4 of the Upamon. When attacking once per turn, if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, trigger, draw 1 card from your deck. Upamon has just become a very niche staple in the meta in a lot of decks, and the Demivemon is pretty decent in this build too because you can get over Craniumons. That is why I run just the 1. Your turn once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, it gets 1000 DP for the turn. So just additional plus 1000 gives you that 15,000 or that 14,000 DP. Being able to swing over Craniumon, because Craniumon kind of stops this deck, I found out. It's not a lot of fun when you can't get past that card. So then we run 4 of the Drawing Gabumon. On play, just draw 1 card from your deck. 3 on play. It does have 1000 DP, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of things that can just pick this card off, but it's a Gabumon deck, so of course we're going to be running 4 of one of the best Gabus. This is the best Gabumon in the deck when we run 4 of it. When you play a Tamer with a Madashida and its name Gain a Memory, a lot of people forget this effect, but this card easily procs when you have it in the field and they hit something in security like a Madashida. It's like a pseudo Hammer Spark, so keep that in mind. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon is Gabumon Bond of Friendship, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So this is just how you get your 3 checks with your Gabumon Bond of Friendship, and as you saw in the feature match, was able to pull that off quite nicely. Then we run 1 of the Tamer Searching Gabumon. I kind of hate this card, to be completely honest. I whiff on it more often than not. We will go over the best rookie in the deck here in a bit. But on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add a Tamer per card from among them, and place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck. So run 1 of it, and then we run 2 of the starter deck Gabumon. While you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So it's just easy to get over Craniumon, easy to get over a lot of the big stuff in the format. So best rookie in the deck, Strawbymon. We run 4 of it. It's a hybrid deck. You run the Hybrid Searcher. Not only is this card able to get you a hybrid, but it can grab you a blue Tamer as well. This card is fantastic because it almost never whiffs. It is very rare when it does whiff. We run, I think, 17 targets in the deck for hybrid, so it's pretty hard to miss this one. So on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon with hybrid or form or 1 blue Tamer card from among them, and place the remaining cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. So 4 of the best one in the deck. Odeki Betamon. He is a memory negator. Stops your opponent cold when they're trying to gain memory with like Hammer Sparks. A lot of people are using the memory boost this format. This card stops them cold. Doesn't stop the on play obviously, but not being able to gain that additional memory could matter. So we run 1 of it. We run 3 Lobomon. I played this at 4 originally along with the Ancient Garurumon. I didn't like it. I felt like it did definitely have issues, and half the time I would see it at the wrong time and it would just clog. So we run 3 of the Warp Digivolving Lobomon. When digivolving, this Digimon digivolves into an Ancient Garurumon in your hand with a memory cost of 1, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. If it does, delete this Digimon at the end of the turn. Just really good. sets up the Ancient Garurumon, so you're able to play an additional hybrid, and Warp Digivolving into a Ancient Garurumon for those extra checks is just absolutely fantastic. Lobomon, he steals games. I don't know if you guys saw the feature match, but leave a link of that in the description below. But Lobomon is super good. You run 7 Tamers, so the likelihood of you Digivolving off your Tamer is pretty high. Getting in those extra checks is just incredibly important. Then same thing, Kendo Garurumon. You can evolve it onto one of your Tamers, but it also has a cool effect with returning a level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. The cool thing is this hits Sistermon Seal, so you're a Jesmon player, can't really bounce back and block stuff, and you're able to swing freely without having to deal with pesky Sistermons, because we don't have piercing in this deck, sadly. But with Kendo Garurumon and Gabubond, it is super nice being able to bounce the blockers to the bottom of the deck. And then we run 2 Grizzlymon. It is a decent blocker for the deck, but I still feel like they're still very valid. Another card I definitely want to add to this deck is Magnadramon, so I might take out the Grizzlies and add a Magnadramon. I haven't decided. So we are running 2 of that. It also has a decent on play, so 5 costs for 6,000 DP is pretty decent for a blocker. We run 1 Cordramon. Surprisingly saw this card more than Grizzly. On play, trigger, draw 2 cards from your deck, and then its security effect lets you play it from the security for free, so it's fantastic. So we run 1 of it. So we're going to go over the ultimates. Beowulfmon. I run 2 Beowulfmon and 1 Weregarurumon. I only have really 3 targets in the deck that Digivolve into Ancient Garurumon, so I only felt like I needed 3 ultimates. I run Beowulf because of the jamming effect is super nice, but also on my opponent's turn, if it has a hybrid or a tamer, it can't be attacked. So it's just really fantastic being able to go into Ancient Garurumon the next turn if I need to set up. And with the reduction I get from Lobomon, it's like playing it for a 3 cost, so it's pretty decent in that sense. I've definitely thought about just cutting all the ultimates out of this deck because I feel like it might run a little faster, but it's nice to be able to Digivolve up if I absolutely have to. And this is the tech. The Weregarurumon is a Garurumon, and here in a sec you'll see the Ancient Garurumon. It actually lets you unsuspend this and itself, so you could get potentially 6 memory in a turn, which is kind of nuts. And it's a 6 on play, so that's not bad at all, and 7,000 DP, so it doesn't get picked off by most of the things in the format, which is super fantastic. Then we go into Ancient Garurumon. This is the second best card in the deck, obviously. When attacking once per turn, you may unsuspend up to 2 of your Digimon with Garurumon in their name, or hybrid in their forms. On deletion, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon with hybrid in its form from your hand without paying its memory cost. It's 13k, double swinging. This is about taking out your opponent as fast as possible, so Ancient Garurumon is absolutely fantastic for that, and that is why we are running it. Then we run 4 Gabubond, the Digivolve for 3 off of Madashida and onto a Gabumon, and swing 14k 3 times and be able to bounce your opponent's board to the bottom of the deck. So it's so nuts. This card clears games fast, but keep in mind that you do need to be like selective on how you go about this deck, because you can kill yourself just as fast as you're killing your opponent. So be very careful if you do end up doing that. Then we'll go over our Tamers. We've got 4 Madashida, self-exclamatory. When your opponent Digimon with Gabumon or Garurumon in its name moves from the breeding area to the battlefield, gain 1 memory and draw a card. And then once per turn, you can Digivolve 1 of your Gabumon into Gabumon of Friendship with a hand from your hand by paying its Digivolution cost, ignoring its level requirement, and if you do, trash the top 2 cards of your security stack. Then if you have 1 or more security at the end of the turn, delete that Digimon. This is to clear out as fast as possible, but that draw is super nice, and being able to gain that additional memory, and it doesn't get negated by the memory negators in this format, is just a niche card for this format. Alright, then we run 3 Davis. Start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, set your memory to 3. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 blue and 1 green Digimon from among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your in any order. Davis is the best tamer in the game right now. He being able to literally net you a card plus the 3 memory on your turn, you just can't beat that. Like, it feels like TK but better. So we run 3 of him. Then we have 1 memory boost. Main reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add a blue Digimon from among them, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order, and then put this card in the battle area. The main delay, trash this card to gain 2 memory. This is really just to try and dig out your ancient Rumons or your Gabumon Bond of Friendship. I've actually thought about putting this up and taking out the Howling Memory Boost, but so then we have Howling Memory Boost. Main trash 2 Digivolution cards from the bottom of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your opponent's Digimon can't, with no Digivolutions, cannot attack or block. This is a defense card. It's really fantastic for that option if you need to go that route. Hopefully you don't. Usually you're taking the game if that's the case, but it does have that sweet main delay. Trash this card from your active to gain 2 memory. It's just a really nice card to follow up on if you absolutely need it. So we run 1 of it, and the memory gain is super fantastic too. We don't run Cocytus Breath because we got something better. Wingblade is the new Cocytus Breath, and it is so much better than Cocytus Breath, other than the fact Cocytus Breath can hit level 7s. Wingblade hitting a level 6 or lower for 1 cost cheaper is nice, because instead of setting your opponent to 4 memory, with the memory tamer, you're setting them to 3, and most of the time they'll have a memory tamer, and it doesn't even matter. So, and to round off the deck, we run 2 Hammer Spark. Blue Memory Boost actually took up one of my Hammer Spark's spots, and so did the Howling Memory Boost, so I decided to just run the 2 Hammer Spark because it does come up. It is super nice. Yeah. Have 4 Demi-Marimon going over as eggs. When this Digimon attacks a player, it gets plus 1000 DP for the turn. Demi-Marimon is just the best egg in red right now, being able to get that additional 1000 DP to swing into security. So yeah, self-exclamatory on that one. Then we go over Hakmon. Hakmon, we run 4 of it, obviously. On play, reveal 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add 2 Digimon with Hakmon, Adjustmon, or Sistermon in their names, and place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck. Card's fantastic. It's a draw 2, technically, and it pluses you 1, and you're able to dig through the deck. We run 4 of the Agumon. When this Digimon attacks, player gets plus 2000 DP. It really sets up your Adjustmon so it's able to swing into security safely. You're swinging pretty much 16,000, so it's not going to die to almost anything in the security other than options. Don't quote me on that. Then we run 4 Guilmon. It is, Gallantmon kind of version, so you want that Warp Digivolve. But Guilmon is just absolutely fantastic in the fact that whenever an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you trigger draw 1 card. So it's like a better Biomon, in my opinion. You need draw power for this deck because this deck can seriously brick, and that part definitely sucks. But your turn, when your opponent has level 6 or higher Digimon in play, this Digimon can Digivolve into Gallantmon in your hand for a memory cost of 4, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. That's really good. Then we got Sistermon Seal, it's a Sistermon Blanc. While there's a Digimon with Hakmon in its name or Royal Knight in its type in play, all your Digimon with Sistermon in their name gain blocker. And then on play, draw 1 card. So 3 costs, draw a card. It's just really good even if you just want to hard play it to draw cards. It's like a Gabumon for the deck. Then he runs 4 Monochromon. I think he was talking about wanting to take out either the Guilmon or the Monochromons for some Greymons for those extra swings. But he felt like a lot of decks aren't really running blockers, and he felt like that is kind of an issue for his deck, is if he gets aggroed, he loses. So he runs 4 Monochromon, and being able to turbo up for 1 is absolutely fantastic in that sense. It does suck that it literally gets shot by almost everything in the format, but, it is what it is. The best level 4 in the deck is Battle Hakmon by far. If you have a Sistermon in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. That is super good. Just finds fantastic. So then we got 3 Growlmon. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain 1 memory. Jesmon having Pierce, your opponent blocks, you gain a memory, plus you're drawing cards. It's really good in this deck, but he definitely thought about taking it out for that for the Greymon that gives the security attack. So I guess we'll see in an updated deck list if that's what he chose to do. But this is a great way to upgrade the already, if you already have the Gallantmon deck with the Justmon stuff. Then we round off our level 4s with Sistermon Seal. All your Digimon with Hakmon in their name or Royal Knights in their name in type gets plus 2000 DP, and then you gain a memory on play. So it's a 3 cost 5000. That's really good. Like, feeling like Rookie Rush, like for real. And this deck can Rookie Rush if you want to go that route. Save your Hakmon, easily the best level 5 in the entire deck. When Digivolve and play one Digimon with Sistermon in its name from your hand without paying its memory cost. I wish it did trash too, but then it would be way too broken. This card is already going to see a limit in April, which freaking sucks. It's going to be a tough time playing Justmon, doing what we want. One attacking once per turn. If you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, in play, unsuspend this Digimon. So that's just OTK potential, setting up, swinging Justmon twice, being able to trigger 2 Sistermons and flood the board. Then we run 4 Growlmon, War Growlmon. Decent one attacking effect on when attacking, delete something with 3000 DP or less. Hits a lot of the rookies in the format, and 8k is still pretty decent. With the Agumon, you're hitting 10k. War Growlmon is actually a really fantastic card as a level 5 for this deck. Your turn, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. So it sets up so Justmon, when he's swinging Pierce, he's getting an additional security check. Another really cool thing is with the Demi-Marimon and you set up the War Growlmon, you're getting an additional +1000, so you're actually swinging 11k with Growlmon, with War Growlmon safely for the most part. So War Growlmon is definitely a solid budget option for this deck, and might even see as an option like in Justmon in the future because we are losing Savior Huck. But get your Rise Grays now because that card is going to go up. Then he runs 3 Justmon. Justmon is by far best card in this deck, hands down. When attacking, you may play a Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand or trash without paying its member cost your turn once per turn. When you play another Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP and gains piercing for the turn. And then Gallantmon, security attack +1. Digimon checks 1 additional security card. Really, really cool if you set this up on the Savior Huck. You're swinging double security attack, being able to do a lot of shenanigans. He actually pulled that off in the feature match, which actually was really, really scary. And then when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. Hits like all the rookies in the format, which is super fantastic, other than Rookie Rush. And then if it didn't, it gets plus 3000 DP for the turn, so it's swinging 14. Plus with the Agumon or the Demi-Marimon, it's swinging 15 to 16k, surviving most of the checks. Honestly, Gallantmon by himself could actually be a fantastic deck, but he just works so well with Justmon, there's no reason you shouldn't play it unless you just want to budget out. Then we run 2 Judgment of the Blades. Main on one of your Digimon with Hakmon and its name, Royal Knights, and its type can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon for the turn. And in security, you may play a Sistermon from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost, and then add this card to your hand. This is like literally a kill spell in this deck because you just set up your Savior Huck, you set up your Justmon, whatever. Swing, get some effects off. Justmon, it gets piercing if it sets up a Sistermon or if a Digimon enter play at all that turn. Judgment of Blade is way too good. Like, this card is absolutely insane. And it's a pseudo hammer spark if it's hit in security. So, like, you should be running 2 or 3 of these easily. 2 Gaia Force. It's main board removal. It's the best, second best option in the game. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Pretty self-explanatory. Just read the card. Then we run 2 Katai Kamiya. It's for the security attack +1, which does come up, but it's really about that memory set to 3. He's thought about upping this to 3 instead of 2. I think Tai Kamiya should definitely be a 3, but if you're going to run him at 3, you should definitely be running Rise Gray. And then the spice of the deck doesn't like Rookie Rush, so he plays Takumi Aiba, and being able to draw additional cards because Justmon does have an issue with bricking. I honestly think Takumi Aiba was a fantastic card in this deck. But yeah, guys, that is our decks for this deck feature. If you guys know anyone who likes TCGs, tell them they're to my channel. Give this video a like, subscribe, and I shall see you next time. OddEYES, Lumia out.